Let's have a quick conversation about the PNC Product Change. So if you have a PNC credit card and you're trying to really change the card, maybe upgrade the card or even downgrade the card, let's talk about that. So let me give you an overview here. When you think about PNC credit cards, I want you to think about flexibility. PNC doesn't have as many credit cards as, let's say, a Chase or Bank of America, but they do have a pretty good credit cards that you will really love for when it comes to cash back, for instance, when it comes to rewards accumulation, when it comes to also traveling, right? So if you're looking for miles, you can really, you will love actually PNC. So, but one thing for sure, if you are thinking about PNC product change, I want you to really sit back and think about what you really are trying to achieve. Are you trying to accumulate points? Are you trying to have cash back? Are you looking for a, let's say, a low APR? In other words, are you interested in balance transfers, for instance? Okay, and so that's the first thing. You got to really have an idea of what you're looking for. The second thing is you have to really ask yourself if you have a solid relationship with PNC. See, the whole thing is that PNC would really reward you for having a long relationship with them on the banking side, not just on the credit card side, but also on the banking side. You got to also ask yourself, what's your overall credit situation with PNC? Do you have an outstanding PNC loan? Do you have a line of credit? Do you have other types of credit products, if you will, like a mortgage? That's important because PNC Bank is not a national bank. It is a mid-tier bank. It is a regional bank, if you will, and they pay attention big time to the relationship that you have with them. Okay, but overall, PNC Bank credit cards are really good. Okay, you can, for instance, you can actually get the 2% back on all eligible purchases, and this is kind of cool because the 2% is really a relatively high rewards rate when it comes to credit cards in general. Okay, so if you're thinking about a PNC product change, ask yourself your overall relationship, your overall credit standing with PNC, your overall banking relationship with PNC, and the third thing is what particular card do you want to go after? What cards do you want? Do you want a rewards card, cashback card, or a travel rewards card? So if you are thinking about actually upgrading or downgrading your PNC credit card, you got to really have a clear idea about what the credit cards really are, what the PNC cards are, and what they can actually bring to you as benefits. Okay, what kind of rewards can you get? What kind of privileges can you actually accumulate with the cards? So I want to walk you through the different PNC cards so you have a clear idea what you want to really go for. So the cool thing is that with PNC, if you want to change your product, change the product they have, you have to understand that PNC has a credit card for every need. Okay, let me first talk to you about the PNC Cash Unlimited Visa Signature. This is a card that's really great if you have good credit. Let's say you started with a lower tier PNC card, and now now your FICO has increased. Let's say has increased by 100 points, like went from 600 to 700 or from 650 to 750, then you can really aspire to actually get this card. Why? Because this card actually is great for those who have excellent credit. If you have stellar credit, you will really love this card. This is actually the top tier card when it comes to PNC, and so you want to really time your upgrading. I mean, you do not want to do, you can't do a downgrading here. You can only do an upgrading. So you can upgrade maybe from the Cash Rewards Visa to this card, the Cash Unlimited Visa. You can also do the Core Visa. You can do the upgrading from Core Visa to this card, the Points Visa to this card, or even the Secured Visa to this card. This card is great because there is no annual fee, and you are able to earn unlimited 2% cash back on purchases. That's really good. And you can also earn $250 after you make $1,000 or more in purchases during the first 3 months following the account opening. So the whole thing is you have to time the opening of this account. So once you actually open the account, you actually have to make sure that you make some good strategic purchases. Now you must qualify for a minimum credit line of $5,000. Okay, there are no caps on how much you can earn. That's really good. There is no cashback expiration dates to really worry about, and there are also no foreign transaction fees. So that's really fantastic. On top of that, The cool thing about the PNC Cash Unlimited Visa Signature card is that you have a 0% intro APR on qualifying balance transfers for the first 15 months following the account opening, when the balance is transferred within the first 90 days following the account opening. So that's really good. Then afterwards, you are looking at an APR that goes from 19% all the way to 29%. So this is the card that you want to go after if you have good to excellent credit. If you're thinking about PNC Product Change, you want to really also think about the PNC Cash Rewards Visa. This card is actually great if you have fair to good credit. Okay, so this is a card that you actually might want to upgrade to if you are currently using the core, or you have the points, or you have the secured Visa, or you can downgrade actually from the Cash Unlimited Visa Signature if for any reason you do not like the let's say the privileges you, or maybe your lifestyle has changed. Okay, this card, the Cash Reward Visa, the name says it all. This is a cashback credit card that allows you to actually benefit from a series of lifestyle changes. Okay, so this card has a no annual fee. You are able to maximize your cashback with the PNC Rewards Visa. And the cool thing is that this card allows you to earn $250 after you make $1,000 or more in purchases during the first 3 months following account opening. So the thing is, when you think about PNC Product Change, you got to really ask yourself, where is your FICO at? Where is your FICO score at? Are you around 650? Are you like a borderline between fair credit and good credit, right? Somewhere from 579 all the way to 679. Okay, so if you are there, you want to think about this card. And this card actually allows you to qualify for a minimum credit line of $500. You can enjoy cashback on purchases with this card. The card is called PNC Cash Rewards Credit Card. Let me give you a few examples. So, you have 4% on gas station purchases, 3% on restaurant purchases, and 2% on grocery store purchases. So you got to really ask yourself if maybe your family lifestyle or your personal lifestyle allows you to really take advantage of those purchases. Okay, so gas station purchases, restaurant purchases, and grocery store purchases. In addition, for the first $8,000 in combined purchases in the above three categories annually, you are able to qualify, and then you are also able to earn 1% cashback on all other purchases. So that's pretty good. If you are thinking about PNC Product Change, I want you to consider actually the PNC Core Visa. Now, this card is actually also good if you have a fair to a good credit. So you can basically upgrade from the PNC Points Visa, or you can downgrade from the Cash Rewards Visa or the Cash Unlimited Visa. Okay, this card is really fantastic for let's say an entrepreneur. By the way, I mean I have an entire show on PNC business credit cards. But if you are a single member LLC, or you are, let's say, a solopreneur, you are an entrepreneur, you are by yourself, you might want to think about this card. Why? Because the card allows you to have a 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 18 months. Can you imagine that? 18 months. So for 1 year and a half, you have you're not paying any interest. You're not paying anything. So this is a card that's great if you actually if you're trying to time a significant purchase in your business or in your house for that matter. You can really think about this card. Okay, so the card actually is great if you have, again, fair to good credit, 579 all the way to 679. You want to go after this card. And like all PNC credit cards, this card has no annual fee, so that's really good. No annual fee. But if you go with this card, the Core Visa card, the most interesting aspect of this card is the balance transfer, like the 0% intro APR for 18 months. And this 0% APR applies to balance transfers and purchases. So you have a lot of flexibility, right? You do not want to say, okay, if I got this card, I can only do balance transfers, or if I got this card, I can only use I can only charge purchases on the card. No, the card is pretty flexible. And so this card also, you might want to really go with this card if you like maybe around the holidays, if you know you have a significant purchase coming up, or you've already had the purchase and you're just trying to really consolidate your debt. So this card is really great. So around the holidays, for instance, now after the balance transfer, after the 0% intro APR period, you have an APR that goes from 18% to 29%. So that's really good. If you are thinking about PNC product change, I want you to really think about the PNC points visa. Now, this card is really interesting because it is actually applicable to anybody who has a fair to excellent credit. Now, the points visa is really for it. I mean, it's really for those who are into traveling. So if you love traveling, if you love hotels, if you love flying, all that kind of stuff, the PNC points visa will be really, really the card that you want. So you can either do an upgrade or downgrade based on where you are at. Okay, so you can do an upgrade from the core visa, the PNC core visa. So you can upgrade from PNC core to PNC points if for any reason you do not like the. You're not interested in a balance transfer card, or you're not interested in a 0% APR card. You want to really accumulate points, then this card is really great for you. You can also downgrade from the Cash Unlimited Visa signature to the Points Visa, or you can downgrade also from the PNC Cash Rewards Visa to the PNC Points Visa. Okay, so the PNC Points Visa, it's really for those, like I said, for those travel aficionados and aficionadas. Okay, and the card allows you to earn points for exciting rewards. You can earn 100,000 bonus points after you make $1,000 or more in purchases during the first 3 months following account opening. And the card allows you to qualify for a minimum credit line of $500. And so, for instance, you are able to earn 4 to 7 points for every dollar in purchases, and you can redeem with rewards, including Apple products, merchandise, travel, gift cards, or cashback. So, a lot of flexibility in store for you if you go with this card. And you can also earn more points on top of the base points you earn in a billing cycle when you meet additional requirements with an eligible PNC checking account. That's what I said to you a little earlier when I said if you are thinking about a PNC product change, you got to really ask yourself, how solid is my relationship with PNC? How strong is my relationship with them? Because that's what's going to really help you actually come out on top. If you are thinking about a PNC product change, you also want to think about the PNC secured visa. Now, this card is specifically for those who are trying to build credit, or they are trying to start building their credit. Like, let's say, something happened, you file for bankruptcy, and you're currently at 300, and you want to, in terms of FICO, and you want to go back up, right? This card is really great for you. Or you just have no credit. You are like 18 years old and you've never had credit before, and you're trying to build credit, and you have you have an existing relationship with PNC. Okay, so if you have an existing relationship with PNC, then it's really good to actually consider this card. The card is actually great because it allows you to open your account with a refundable security deposit that actually goes from $300 to $2,500. Okay. And so if approved, the security deposit will be used to establish your new credit limit. The cool thing is that basically after 6 to 9 months, PNC will actually upgrade your account from secured to unsecured. Okay, they'll probably start you first with a core visa, so they will upgrade you from secured visa to core visa or to cash rewards visa, and then afterwards they can go from core visa and the core visa or cash rewards visa to the points visa, and maybe later on at some point to the cash unlimited visa signature card. Okay, but the cool thing is when you have this card, trying to use it responsibly, trying to really make your payments on time. If you have to automate the payments every month, you want to go ahead and do it, because that's going to help you actually establish a good history of let's say positive payments. And so use the card responsibly and over time you can increase your credit score real fast. Okay, and the cool thing is that you are able to start building credit from day one. Okay, when you have this card, when you have the PNC secured Visa card, you are able to build credit from day one. The only thing is that PNC wants you to really go to a branch to open this account, this card. I mean, to open this card, because you can't do it online. You cannot apply online. You have to go. You have to go to a PNC branch and sit there, show your ID. Answer all the questions they have for you before you can actually open open the card. I mean, open this new card. Yeah. So let me give you a little bit of strategy when it comes to a PNC product change here. Do you want to upgrade or do you want to downgrade your PNC credit card? So I've already established for you that there are three main criteria you want to pay attention to before making any move, right? You want to think about your relationship with PNC. You want to think about your credit score, your current credit score, and you want to think about what kind of rewards, what kind of benefits you want to go after. One thing for sure, you got to really understand that when you downgrade your credit card or when you upgrade your credit card, there are differences. There are stuff that happens. Okay, when you actually downgrade your credit card, you got to really ask yourself, are you downgrading the credit limits also? Because if it's only the benefits, okay, not really a big problem. But if you are also reducing the limit can have an impact on your credit limits, your overall credit limit, and your overall credit limit has an impact on your CUR, your credit utilization ratio. And or at least if you're interested in beefing up, in boosting your FICO score, you know that your CUR is an important criterion that goes into the calculation of your FICO score. So the lower your CUR, the better it is, the better your FICO score will be, right? So you want to have a larger sort of credit limit so that the denominator of this fraction called CUR will be large enough to actually will be reducing the CUR. A CUR that's around 25 to 20% is really good, and that's what you want. So when you downgrade credit card, when you downgrade your PNC credit card, just be sure that you're not actually losing also your credit limits. Okay. The thing about PNC credit cards is that the choice is very simple when it comes to annual fee, because there is no PNC credit cards that charges annual fees. So the annual fee shouldn't be an important criterion in the equation that will lead you to actually a downgrade. Okay. So when you downgrade, just pay attention to the credit limits. Now, when you upgrade, you have to really understand that when you upgrade, you got to ask yourself whether or not they are going to do a soft pull or a hard pull. Because an upgrade is really good because it really brings you more benefits. Ideally, it brings you a higher credit limit, right? But just make sure that there is no impact to your credit score. Because if PNC decides to do a hard pull, this will reduce your credit score by 5 or 10 points. So something to really be aware of. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about PNC product change, and I gave you the overview, the cards, the specific cards that you want to, the PNC credit cards that you want to consider for a product change. So I spoke about the Cash Unlimited Visa Signature, the Cash Rewards Visa, the Core Visa, the Points Visa, and the Secured Visa. And then I give you the strategy before the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.